Hi, my name is Sarah Bearcat from BAM Technologies. I'm going to go in and do a demonstration of how a civilian would apply for a development education program. I'm signed in as my test user, Celia Smith. You'll see that she gets a dashboard notification letting her know that a board is open, which she's eligible for. It tells her the end date for her application and a link for her to volunteer. So I'll go ahead and click volunteer here. You'll see in the wizard, when you go through the steps, she can select a program, then update her endorser, update any agreements, update her development plan, provide any additional documents required by the courses she chose, update her resume, and then a review and submit page. So she's going to go ahead and select Air Force Legislative Fellows Program and the Air Force National Laboratories Program. After she selects her programs, she can expand information to see any eligibility or course requirement information provided by the DE admin. She can also rearrange the priority of her courses to show which one she prefers. Once that's done, I'll go ahead and click Save and Continue. Okay, here she's asked to provide her endorsers. If there's a person that meets the criteria for the first level and for the second endorser, you can enter that name twice. Okay, I think it saves on command. I'll hit Save and Continue. Because the courses she selected requires a mobility agreement, she'll be asked to agree to the mobility agreement. And because both the courses require a continued service agreement, she'll go ahead and agree to those as well. Save and Continue. Then, per the courses she chose, she'll be asked to provide her short and long-term goals. So I'm just going to put in test information here. She'll also be asked the board-specific questions. And then here, the Air Force Global questions. If she had answered them in the past, then they would pre-populate here as well. Click Save and Continue. If a waiver is required for the programs that she's applying for, she'll go ahead and select Yes, and then she'll be asked to upload a document here. For Update the Resume, you'll see here the civilian duty history that's been pulled from DCPDS. If there is any information that you need to edit, you can go ahead and edit record here. You can edit the duty title, and you can add any descriptions like you would in a normal resume. All the information here that's not editable comes from DCPDS, and if you wanted to associate, if you want to do any job associations, you could do that here as well. I'll go ahead and hit Save Changes. If there's any self-reported experience, you could click the Self-Reported tab. Here you could edit a record or add a record here and put any information that that's relevant. If there is any certifications or education that you wanted to report as well, you could add it here. Once you report all your experience, you can click Export Resume, and you will see a sample of the resume that goes along with your application, and you can change it as needed. Once you decide that your resume is complete, go ahead and click Review and Submit. Here in the Review and Submit page, you can export your resume, the entire application, mobility agreements, and the continued service agreement for each program you selected. Go ahead and press I agree to say that the information in this application is correct, and I recognize I'll not be able to change anything after submission. Go ahead and click Submit. You'll be asked again that you need to verify that the application is accurate. I'll go ahead and click Submit. After submission, you can view a read-only of the entire application. And should you need to access any of the document links, you can go directly to the Review and Submit page and download those documents as needed. If you go back to your dashboard after submitting, you'll see that the notification is still here, and it'll be visible until this end date. And if you click Volunteer here, you'll get a read-only view of your application. So that concludes the Civilian DE Board application process.